So to unpack today's latest developments and also to examine what Labour might do, we're joined again from Westminster by the party's Shadow International Development Secretary, Preet Kaur Gill. Welcome to Newsnight. In terms of what Yvette Cooper was driving at today, she seemed to be saying a more open policy, but not to define what that should be. What do you think it should be? Should it just be an open door policy?
Well, look, we need a very simplified process. What was really clear from the House of Commons today, earlier, was the question that Yvette Cooper put to the Home Secretary was, given the current scheme, does it actually expand to elderly parents, for example? And she indicated that it did. Of course, Yvette had to make a point of order and correct her, because that is not the case at the moment, unless you're a partner or you have dependents or someone to care for. This scheme does not apply to you. And the example she gave of the elderly parent who wanted to join her daughter here, who's got leave to remain indefinitely, is really concerning. Our process is so difficult. Just imagine when you go onto the website how difficult it is to navigate. And all people need from Ukraine is to know that they're going to be able to join their loved ones. Many of these people are women and children. Of course, their partners are left behind. Many of the people fleeing Ukraine will want to stay in neighbouring countries. So only those people that have family members in the United Kingdom, they want to be able to come and join them. And we've got to enable a process that is simple, that enables them to do that.
Now, you've heard what Jeremy Hunt had to say about that One Nation group Conservative motion. Is that essentially what you'd like to see, an open door, and to say, like the EU are, that you can stay for up to 3 years and no further questions asked?
Well, what we're saying is we need a simplified scheme. We've already got one, the Hong Kong one. It's working really well. We need to have something very similar to that. The Refugee Council has been calling for emergency protection visas. We do need to look at this and make sure that we have a process which enables people to join their families. Fundamentally, people want to stay in neighbouring countries. We know that 400,000 people have already fled the borders. 115,000 of those are in Poland. And people that want to come here essentially are going to be joining their families. Now, at the moment, if you don't meet those requirements in terms of language skills and salary, it means that you are coming to this country for 12 months. That's the current process. We need to wait and see the detail of what the government is going to propose, but it has got to be a scheme that offers sanctuary. You know, we have got to support the people that are fleeing Ukraine. It is just harrowing to see those images of women and children with so much uncertainty and distress. They need to be with their loved ones, and they need to be able to have a process that enables them to do that.
And in terms of people fleeing, obviously there are people caught up in this, students, migrant workers from India, from Africa. Are you concerned about what's been going on in terms of getting them out?
I think it's been really deeply disturbing seeing the social media footage that people are sharing, people at railway stations trying to get to the borders, people at the borders. Of course, it's chaotic. There's a 15-kilometre Ukraine-Polish border. People are arriving at different parts of that border. We've seen India be very organised, making sure that they've got transport taking people to the right checkpoints, having embassy staff being able to process people, again with Nigeria, South Africa and the Democratic Republic of Congo. But of course, it hasn't been the case for everybody. It's really important that government is having conversations with border forces, making sure that they uphold international law and that those fleeing, whether they're displaced people or refugees, are treated with dignity and humanity.
I don't want to keep you from that division if indeed that's what the bell was announcing. So Preet Gill, thank you very much indeed